Hi, it's Nick on the 24th of May. Hope all is good with you. This week's theme is about finding our calling, discovering, remembering, whatever language you'd like to use. I like to think of remembering because I like the idea that our calling is already in us. Part of us already knows what it is. And consciously, that seems like a wonderful idea. I've met so many hundreds of people over the years who said, oh yes, I really want to find my calling. And for years I said I wanted to find my calling. And what I've discovered personally, and I've discovered this with hundreds of other people, is there are parts of us that really don't want us to find our calling. We get scared, basically, So consciously we may think we want to find our calling. And yesterday I was talking about this idea of being on a search and a quest to find our calling. And the shadow side of being on this quest for our calling can easily be that part of us goes, thank God I'm on the quest and I just hope I don't find it. And I know that may sound a bit strange, but I've realized that that is true for many people. We're much easier we're much more comfortable searching for something than finding it. We strive for success, but then we struggle to have it sometimes. We go on a quest to find our calling, and then we find it and we go, oh crap, is that it? That's too big, that's too scary, I can never do that. No, it must be something else, it can't be that thing. What I've found is that often what that ego part of us will do is it will tell us that our calling is too big, it is too scary, it's not something we can do. It's not something that we're capable of. We don't have the resources, we don't have the capacity, we don't have the capability to do it. We're just inadequate for our calling. And that's not true, but it's what our ego will often tell us. So it's difficult to face that in ourselves. I've had to face that in myself a number of times. But here's the key, I think, is that often our calling is an invitation for us to grow emotionally, to grow spiritually, to grow in our capabilities, to grow in our skills. So therefore the gap between where we are and what we think we'd need to be to do our calling can seem so big that we kind of go, nah, I can never do that. It's too big a gap. Where I am to where I'd need to be, I can never do that. And what I'm describing to you is the general term I use to describe this these days is our resistance. When we are looking for our calling, we will also encounter our own resistance. Our resistance is the stories we tell ourselves. Our resistance is the beliefs we hold about ourselves. Our resistance is the feelings that we have, the feelings of inadequacy, the beliefs that we're not up to it. And the bottom line of all our resistance is that it's fear, really. We just fear we're not up to the job. We fear what would happen if we followed our calling. We fear being broke, looking stupid, failing, all the things our ego can kick up. But I'm here to tell you that actually finding and following your calling will be the thing that you are equipped for. I don't think you would have been given a calling that deep down you weren't equipped to carry out. You may need to grow a lot. You may need to detoxify a lot of kind of thinking and beliefs that you have to enable you to really live out your calling. That's certainly what I've had to do over the last 3 decades, is really grow into becoming more of who I truly am and shedding a lot of who I thought I was, if that makes sense. But it doesn't mean you have to become somebody else. It really just means you need to become and are capable of becoming more of who you truly are. So that's today's thoughts about calling, is to be aware that there's nothing wrong with you for having resistance to finding your calling. We all recognize procrastination, distraction, delaying tactics, all the stuff that we know. We all, to some extent, resist our calling. It's part of the territory, so don't fight the resistance. I'll talk more about this tomorrow, but the real kind of maturity is learning to act even in the face of our resistance, to start bringing our calling into the world. So I'll be talking about that more tomorrow. So I hope this has been helpful. God bless. Have a good day. Bye.